Hello everybody, we are going to go over the Wesker event for Resident Evil Survival Unit. It's about to start, so we are just going to go over a few quick things you need to know before you get going. The very first thing you want to do is go to your mansion. A little bit of lag here. And you want to click on your defense gate. These are the heroes you generally want to have deployed here. Ada, if you have them. If you don't, it's going to be Catherine. Carlos is in the tank spot. If you don't have Carlos, it should probably be Marvin. And everybody's going to have Mikhail Victor. You do want to check this box over here to make sure that these heroes stay in your base for the duration of this. Other than that, now that the event has officially started, your screen's going to go red and these creatures are going to start attacking you from across the map. Depending on where your headquarters is, you'll have a different amount of time to respond to things. So the first thing you want to do is notice this button over here on the corner that will take you into the event. Right here you can see what level we are at, which is level 1. Level 2 is now coming out. Your defense points, this is an important button here, which shows you who in your alliance is still having reinforcements and who does not have reinforcements. So that's an important thing to have a look for as we continue to go through this, and you want to see kind of, again, what round and the time between them. So the main purpose of this event is to support your neighbors. As you can see here, I have already placed my units in advance into my neighboring partners' locations. So you can check on any of your neighboring partners and see if they have units in them. And you can see I have already sent some people to that. So you want to split them out and send it to as many people as possible. And this is how you're going to get the most points. On round 7, 14, and I think it's 17, only 2 people who are online at the time of the Wesker's event will be attacked, so we will deal with that when we get to it. You can check that from going here to your alliance members and seeing who's online. Other than that, it's basically just waiting in between the events of attacking. You do also want to have a look at your mail to see exactly what's going on, and we will go through that as these attacks start happening here as well. That was a little loud. But overall, these units are going to be coming from your headquarter too. So if you have moved into the middle section, like we have done here in this alliance I'm a part of, then they're going to be coming from your other main building, which in this case is way over here. So there's going to be a fair amount of time between the event level and the units hitting you in level 3. There's different strategies around this in terms of moving the headquarters closer or keeping your base in area 2, but I think the best strategy is once you're in zone 3, you want to be staying in zone 3 because that's where the largest gathering nodes are. So we'll just give it a minute. Oh, the other important setting you do want to have clicked on here is you want to go into settings, game settings, and you want to scroll down to light mode on. This is very important, or you are going to have a lot of harder time on your mobile device. People are frequently reporting crashes and they can't do pretty much anything for the entire duration of this event. So putting light mode on definitely will help keep things in line. Oops. So I have my 5 rallies out. I, for the first little bit, like to keep one in the main base, just so I can send where it needs to kind of go. It's probably best to keep it in a different base at all times, but for the purpose of this video, I wanted to show a little bit more how you can maneuver. If you're also not exactly sure or you are a lower level, you kind of want to keep something at home to see how well your base is going to do against some of these little gremlin guys that are going to be attacking. And overall, like I said, there's just going to be a fair amount of waiting. So you can see here that we are on 7. So the 2 people who are online are Vexaroon and Walkin. So you want to put these in the chat and share their location to your chat. You should have 1 person in your alliance responsible for doing this. So these are the 2 units that are going to be attacked for round 7. And again, we haven't even had round 1 happen yet. So the timing is very delayed in this. But for now, I'm pretty sure I already sent units there. Yep, you can see. So I'm just lucky that I picked the person and I'm the person that's also getting attacked. So I don't have to move anything around. So for that purpose, I'm going to send a unit over to this guy here who also has nothing going on. Because I don't need any units at home. I know that my power level is strong enough to deal with at least the first 7 waves without worrying about it. You can also put base buffs on here, but I really don't think it's needed for this event. The entire purpose of the Wesker event is to be coordinating with other people, and you could type this in to your alliance chat. And just communicate to others about what is going on. So again, this is supposed to be mirroring what a real life battle is going to be like when you are under attack yourself and your neighbor alliance members are also under attack. You want to be able to call out that Walkin for kill is being attacked right now and he needs reinforcements there. So your alliance needs to practice the ability to look at the chat, see who's under attack, send units, pull units back if that attack is now done, and send them to another location. That is basically what Weskers is trying to teach everybody, but again, some of these technical glitches are a little bit not the greatest. We still have not had the first attack, and it's been about 2 or 3 minutes already. So it can take some time. The other important thing to notice again is that the headquarters will also be attacked on round 10 and round 20. So you will see that in 4 seconds here. So again, keeping track of the time here and here. You can see that the Alliance headquarters at level 2 is going to be attacked. So finally, we have seen that the little dudes have started arriving as they crawl across the screen. They're going to attack every single member of your alliance, whether they are online or not. Everybody gets attacked. And if you have sent out 5 units after these little gremlin dudes have walked by, we can just go into the mail here and you can finally see your stats. So we have all the locations that I've sent things to. And unfortunately, our alliance has put the same people in the same units. So we're going to share our points a lot. This is level 1, so I'm going to move my guys around after we have a little bit of a break here. So the best way to get a higher score in this, once you've mastered the basics of getting people in your alliance to send units out, is they should be they should be not sharing the same points. So you should try and pick people who are on fire, people who have no supports whatsoever, and send units there. So you just have to wait for your squad to return. Usually they do Weskers on a Gathering Ace event day, so this is a lot of the reason why people will go out extremely early. If they have sent all their gathering units out to gather, then they're not going to be at home to defend. They're not going to have good heroes in their defensive gate, and they can catch on fire really, really early, which is probably what's happened here. So overall, if you see that when you click on your support that there's more than one person in it, then you need to pick somebody else to send your squads to. If you're alone in there, you're going to get more points. Larger, more populated alliances are going to have a better time navigating this and communicating. Again, you want to keep track of, we're still on 10 because there's a big gap to get to the headquarters. Some people actually go and teleport to the middle location. I think the best decision, which I just have not done here, is to send units to before the event starts. So like 10 minutes before the event starts, you can send units over to that other headquarters. So we're just having a look to see who we can recall this one right now. There's a bunch in there, and we're going to send over here because you want to try and support. Oops, just got to wait again. You want to support solo. You'll get more points if your alliance will allow you to support solo. You might reach a number where there's just not enough people, obviously, but do your best to try and, if there's a bunch of people in one group, don't do it. So again, we'll come back and have a look at these males. So we have, and you can see here that this was the person that was getting attacked, and they got the most points because they're the home base. This is everybody else that was in the same area, and they're all splitting these points, as opposed to if it was just one person here, they would have got all the points, allowing people to get a higher score. So again, in this one here, I didn't have enough of a troop size there, but that's what happened there. Again, we're splitting points, which we don't need to be doing because there's lots of people that don't have any reinforcements. So I'm just trying to move them out. Again, you want to keep track of the round 7. So round 7, as you can see, we didn't have 5 full reports because the only 2 people who were online that I called out and put into the chat, they were the people here. And you will get higher rewards for having troops in this location at that time. So you can see here I didn't have any troops at home, and I still managed to get 24,000 points. So that's about how that's working. So you'll notice lots of people on fire. And then we're going to watch again for level 14 once that squad comes back. We are on round 12, so a few more times. Again, it's best to have one person doing this role to call out the different levels, reminding people what's getting attacked. And just sending my squads out to deal with that. The other important thing to keep track of, if you are just a player and you're not calling out, you're not doing anything else for this, you want to look for your attack. So when you're in the top role, So this one here, and you want to make sure that your elimination rate, which is the number right here, is located above 100%, or 50%, excuse me. So you need your elimination, as it says here, to be at least 50% or you will fail. So that can happen, but you want to make sure, if it is your own base, that you're calling some of your troops back if you start noticing this number drops. If you have reinforcements, as I do right now, you're probably not going to need to focus on this quite as much. But you want to kind of keep track of this number on everybody that you're looking at, seeing that they're still okay and being kept in. An easy way, just recall from here is another good way to do it. But you can see where the lines are not going to certain players because they've already caught on fire twice and lost that 50%. You get 2 battles to do that. So the next level of gameplay is that when somebody catches on fire, people in your units are immediately sending reinforcements to that person so that they can stay in for another round and increase your alliance points. There's multiple levels again to this. We can see that fire person here has no supports, and it is kind of hard to tell, but I don't think that there's a red line heading to them, so they're probably out. So we need to keep track of several different things on this, and again, it's kind of helpful to have people in your alliance pick one role and kind of stick with it. So again, level 10, I didn't send any units over to the headquarters, so you could see that. I'll put another clip in here maybe of just showing how that's done from the other alliance. But overall, you can see I'm getting a certain amount of points, and you can stay in these units. You don't really have to be moving around as much as I did. You're just seeing that we're splitting points in a few too many locations, so I tried to move things around more. And that will help make sure that all of these people in your alliance are going to stay in. If you have one backup, the chances of you staying in is going to be significantly longer. This is especially important at lower levels. Most people are going to be able to get up to, I would say, about 15, I think it was, even in pretty early levels of gameplay without much concern, unless you had no troops in your base whatsoever, which is probably what happened over here. If you're out gathering, and like I said, the game always seems to put people Wesker Event on a gathering day. It's pretty much guaranteed. If it's a gathering day, you're probably going to have a Weskers. So once again, we're just going to have the delay where we wait for the monsters to walk from their far destination. It's a pretty dull event. You can focus on some other account management while you are waiting. It's a good time to talk with your other alliance members. Oh, did I miss a 14? Oh, no, we're still here. So we have Vexer, Monkey, right? It was Monkey. It was Monkey. Monkey V2. And it is me once again, because we don't seem to have a lot of people online. I'm not sure if I don't. Your top would be up here, so you need to recall once again one of your squads. And send it back over. That's all you need to do. It does take a little bit of getting used to this, but again, just waiting for it to come back, and we're sending it again. That's all that needs to happen. So again, we'll start getting some points now. We missed round 10 because that would have been the headquarters and I didn't send anything over there. Otherwise, you can see we're going to start getting more and more points for being in these solo rounds. Always, again, look at the elimination rate. So even with me having almost no troops at home, I still managed to get the highest score, and that's the way it should be. Again, all the lower level people here that I'm defending, everybody is still at 100%. Looking good. Everything is good. So again, there is a delay, and this is really important because as you start moving through and moving troops around and people start knocking out of power, you need to monitor what level we're talking about in the future, because there is that long walk from the middle section, and what level we are actually on. So right now we are actually on level 12 is about to happen right now. So that means when we moved to the two specific players, which was Monkey and Vexaroon in this circumstance, they will not be attacked yet. So if I was to pull my troops out and try and send to my neighbor because something happened or I got confused, I'm going to miss out on the points of those two people. So regardless of what is happening in the event over here where it's showing we're on 16, we are not on 16 right now. We are currently sitting quite squarely on 12. So again, you'll get 5 points each time. Do a quick check on each one that the elimination is okay. And everything looks fine. So because I have 5 squads, I have sent out my 5 squads, and my base also counts as one of those attacks. If you have the 6 full squads unlocked, you should be sending out 6 and have 1 extra one for the at home, so you'll be getting 7 reports. It's a good practice to communicate all of this to your alliance. Send them this video if you don't want to get into the details, and it will dramatically improve your score. So we'll go over that a little bit right now. So we're up to round 17, which was now Legacy and 40. So this is where it does get confusing, because if you have not sent troops to somewhere, you can pull them back from somewhere else, and you could do that right now. Right after this guy gets attacked, I'm going to pull the troops out and then send over to Legacy, because I don't have troops in his for the upcoming event, but we have some time. Right now we have a bunch of time to wait. So I know I have units in here. We're going to recall them. So that again is where it's confusing, because we're only on round 13, and right now we have Vexaroon and Monkey, and now we have Vexaroon and Legacy 420 is for level 17. So you need to, and these are probably going to be 4 different people. So if you are trying to send units to all of these different locations and you're pulling things back, it's very likely that you're going to miss out on the points on an earlier level because you're pulling things out of one of those 2 things. So do keep that in mind, and the way you track that is, again, to come back here. See, we are on round 13, so the next round is going to be Vexaroon and Monkey like we saw before. Just having a look that everybody's doing good, that my own base is still doing good. 100%. I got a bunch of backups, so everything's okay. And again, this is a higher level of game that I'm showing you right now. You equally could log in an hour before the game starts or early in the morning the day of Wesker and send your units to anywhere else and don't even bother logging on. That will help improve your score for your alliance if you're not able to make it during Wesker, if you don't have the time to sit here. Just doing what I said and sending some troops to your neighboring locations will help improve the overall total alliance score. So now you can see on round 14, only 2 people were attacked. Wesker Ruin with 100%. All these people got points. And for this one, Monkey was the other one, 100%. Only these 3 people got points because they're not following what I was saying in the Alliance to send things. And that's okay. If it's too confusing for people in your group to deal with at that time, then they don't have to. This is something you guys should try working towards as you get better and more practiced at the event. The first few times are just very chaotic. Nobody really even knows what's going on. So we're going to go back into showing the rewards because this is another important part. So you can see how well your alliance is doing and how well your own personal points are doing. Your personal points are going to be a lot easier to claim than alliance points because you need all the other people doing everything I'm saying right here in order to continue to move up. And then you have your total alliance ranking, which has some okay rewards in it, but these aren't the be-all and end-all of life. The individual ranking awards are a much rarer things over here that you should be trying to achieve. This is why this event is a good thing to do. It's not too difficult. If you're doing everything I've said in this video, you're going to probably be in the top 10 on your server. This is about coordination and moving your troops to support other people in your alliance. And if you're doing that and other people are not, you're going to have higher points. But you do want to communicate this with your teammates because this is how you are going to be moving up in the world. So we are now on attack 19 in reality. You can see what your total defense point here is. So it's 300,000 for me. And you can see that these are all the people that did not have any reinforcements sent to them. So they're going to have a lower overall alliance score because people were not sending troops out. This is an alternate alliance that I'm showing you right now, not my main alliance. And again, we are only on 15, even though the event has technically ended. If you look over here, we are on round 20. So that is, again, another Alliance headquarters where if you had sent units like we talked about earlier, they would be getting attacked for round 20. But since we are not, people might think, oh, the event's over, GG's, we're good. No, you still have, from this point here, 4 more to go because 20 is going to be the home headquarters. So people get confused, they think it's over, they start doing, BOWs or sending out other rallies at this point. Absolutely not. You need to focus on your mailbox to see what round you are exactly on. We haven't even got to the second legacy and Wesker Rune, which is about to happen in the next 2 rounds here. So the creatures are coming. See, you can see this person thinks the event is over. It is not over. You're sending troops out to do some kind of gathering or something, and it is not over. It is a good thing to remind. This is very confusing. People don't know what's happening. You will frequently see people that are going to be shielding during this event to try and confirm to your alliance that there is no need to shield. Absolutely nothing is happening. And this is when you're going to start noticing people are failing, which is what's happened here. So several of the people that we were supporting did not have enough of their own base and supporting. So we can look at that in this round. And it's usually 15 or 16. So you can see 16, that one was good. This one was 23, so he did not have enough troops supporting him there, and his own base was not enough. So if he were Monkey and he was online, he should have recalled troops at that point to make sure that he maintains his above 50, but was likely just not noticing that. So he missed it, and now he's been removed for his second failure. Same thing over here. You are also able to send more troops to a location, and then it will bounce back any that can't stay there, which is what you're going to see here. And then the amount of troops that I gave to this person is going to stay up because we're trying to keep them in for one more round. So this is again the 17 where you can see that only 2 people were attacked. It was Legacy and me. I was the only person supporting Legacy this time, which is giving me a significant amount of points for a round that nobody else got points for. So that's just why you need to do these call outs. You need to look at who's telling you to go where and what they're doing. And again, we kind of want to look, I'm still at an elimination rate of 100 because I have put those good defense heroes and I'm of a high enough level. And I do have a bunch of people supporting. So Monkey had a significant amount of troops in my base and probably should have called some home. But again, this is about communicating, being aware of all these different steps. Most people don't know what they're looking for. They have no idea what's happening. It's just very chaotic and people are not sure. And as a reminder, again, absolutely do not shield. It is a complete waste of shields. People freak out because the red border and they think they're under attack, like happens in some of these games. But that is not going to stop. There is no damage. That's the other important part to note from this event. This is a practice like most of the events in this game. It's going to be pretty hard. Each time you zoom in and out during Wesker's event, the game really doesn't like it. It's really resource heavy to do that for some reason. But you'll see that I just have my regular troops out, have been out doing whatever. They are not the amount of damage that you should get from having some kind of an attack like this. So you are able to try and practice and play around with these events. That's the entire purpose of most of the events in Resident Evil Survival Unit, is to get your alliance used to and prepared for an upcoming major server versus server type battle where these events will be happening. Your alliance will get attacked. You will need to be sending reinforcements to the units beside you of people getting attacked. The alliances that can communicate this better and do the amount of steps required for these types of things are the ones that are going to do better in those types of events. So this is the time to practice them and see. So here we've had a few more casualties, so even with their full amount of troops at home for something, they might have had a harder time keeping things going. So let's see Monkey, when I sent more troops, did it make any difference? Yes. So he was okay this time. He pulled some of his troops back and he was able to stay in for another round. So that got him significantly more points just because he was noticing or was online or was able to notice what was happening there. But you can also see that he had some still reinforcements there. So these are important things to do. And I'm just typing it in here. And this is the last round now. So again, Monkey was good because we topped him up. He pulled some units back, and that's exactly what you want to be doing. Oh, dang. Like I burned my own mansion because I was being too confident here, trying to explain things. But so it's a good thing to see if this is happening. We need to come over here, go to your defensive gate. You do probably want to do this. This is a very annoying feature. Otherwise, 100 diamonds is really easy to get in this game. And if you let it burn for the entire time, you have to keep coming back in here and clicking the repair durability, and it happens many, many, many times. If you get out early in this event, it will definitely keep burning. You might have to spend 200 diamonds. Again, this is not a big problem. And now you can see that the event is over. The red square is gone around the side of the screen. So we can have a look over here now at the actual event to see where things ended up. So my alliance was not doing too great on this one here. Like I said, this is one of my alternate alliances where I'm trying to help them out. They're a little bit smaller and keep them on our server. But if we go into individual rankings, you can see where the points ended up. Even though my alliance wasn't doing a whole lot, we had a lot more going on over there. So that's really all you need to do. And then you're going to get a certain amount of ranking rewards. So I'm going to be getting in the top 20. So these are pretty good. And again, I'm trying to communicate with everybody during this event. You can definitely do a lot more. And like I said, space these roles out. Don't have one person trying to do everything like I was showing here. It's way too complicated. There's a lot of moving parts in this event. And you definitely need to be communicating with your alliance through the entire experience. You need to be saying who's on fire, who needs help, and what you can do. I hope this event guide was helpful for Weskers in Resident Evil Survival Unit, and I'll see you all again real soon.